If you remember earlier, we were talking about half steps and whole steps. This is the first application for that, which is going to be the G major scale. If you'll remember back, that half steps are moving in one fret from the first fret to the second fret to the third fret. Those are all half steps if you'll remember. So now in the major scale, what happens is we get an application of whole steps and half steps. If you'll remember, whole steps are two frets or two half steps put together. So in this scale, what we're getting is the G major scale starts from a G note and then ascends up one string so that we can see the relationship of half steps and whole steps. So in this case, what we have is a G major, or just a G note, which we're going to be calling the root note, which is why it's called the G major scale, or just the G scale. And the first movement we get is a whole step. From a G note to an A note would be a whole step. So, or if you can see once again, one half step, and one more half step equal a whole step. So G to A is our first whole step. Then from the A, we're also going to move a whole step up once again to a B note, which is at the 7th fret. The next movement of the G major scale is a half step movement, whereas you can see from B to C, because as you recall, B doesn't have a sharp, so it goes directly from B to C. Then the next movement of the scale will be a whole step again from C to D. And then once again a whole step from D to E. Now we're going to be dealing with a sharp here in our final whole step, E to F sharp, because if you'll remember, E doesn't have a sharp, so a half step would be F, and then another half step, making one whole step, would be an F sharp, and then a half step returns us to the note G. Okay, so it's going to be very helpful for you to learn to see the scale throughout the entire instrument by memorizing this simple little map here. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, that's going to help you to be able to lay out any major scale in any key, and this is what makes a major scale a major scale. Okay, so it's going to be, once again, very important for you to memorize this, and we're going to be working with this a lot throughout the course.